That was good. Who was that? That's very good.
Yeah, it was very good, yeah, it's Coldplay.
That's Coldplay. Is that one of their new ones?
It is one of their new ones,
I wasn't really listening because they came in and we turned the sound down, we started chatting. We have Johnny and we have Chris with us from Coldplay. Thank you so much for coming in, fellas. It's nice to see you. Nice to see you again, Chris. Nice to see you for the first time, Johnny.
Yeah, certainly.
Because we've never met, have we?
No, first time.
Well, you're more presentable than I thought you'd be. Can I be honest with you? Because you've done a fair amount of press recently, and we're looking at the photographs, and you all look somewhat dishevelled.
Yeah.
You somewhat more than many of them. Because who's that good-looking fellow in the band, then?
That's Guy, the bass player.
Guy's the good-looking one, then?
Yeah.
Because normally, traditionally, the lead singer's the best-looking.
Well, we break tradition on many
you're turning it on his head there. Well, congratulations. The new album is out. It must be a weight off your minds, isn't it?
Well, there's always a weight on our minds of some sort.
Oh, gloomy.
But it is a bit of a weight off our minds.
What was it, a year and a half you took to record this?
Well, it took a year and a half to write it, you know. But we recorded it pretty quickly at the end of that year and a half. But it did, you know, I'm not going to bore you with the, you know, with the timesheets.
Well, I don't want the ins and outs and the actual details. And
on Thursday,
what time you arrived.
We started the bass track.
But having said that, when there's a longer period, I sometimes feel, and I may well be wrong, that it must be harder for a band to say, okay, here's the new album. Because if you go off and it comes to you quickly and you can finish it quickly, you put it out, there's less expectation, of course. Whereas the longer you wait, the more that your fans are thinking, this is going to be great. It's, you know, it's the second coming, or in your case, the third coming. Yeah. Here we go. And so do you feel that pressure as well, or?
Well, only now, to be honest. It's only when we were making it, it just seemed natural, didn't it?
Yeah, it's just when the reviews start coming in that you start to worry.
Or you start doing interviews and people say, you know, what about the pressure and all that?
So I'm responsible now, then.
Yeah. I mean, I say 98%.
I'm bringing you down. Not that you need to be brought any more down.
Well, we, you know, it's hard to find the balance between going away and letting yourselves, you know, disappear for a while, and then, you know, going away too long. It's very hard to find that balance.
Presumably, life intervenes as well, of course, because you know you've all got.
Well, I had a baby. Well, my wife had a baby, and Johnny probably had some babies. You're not really sure.
There's got some out there somewhere. And is that something where you have to factor in time and agree with the band and say, "Look, okay, I want some time for me, for, you know, to be with a new child. Obviously, it's a lovely thing, but you need some space." Do you have to run it past them, or do you sort of disappear quietly for a while? Or?
I mean, how do you do it?
Well, I don't have anyone I work with who actually counts for anything, so it's fine.
Right.
I just no disrespect. I just
do what you want.
Chris, my days when I had anything going on in my life outside of work are long gone, frankly.
Really?
Yeah, no, of course not. But do you have to agree all that? Do you say we're going to take, you know, a month, 6 weeks off, or?
Yeah, well, I took 6 weeks kind of off when we had a baby, but after about 3, all the band, they're all godfathers and stuff, so it's all kind of mixed up in our lives.
That's
anyway.
very sweet, and that no doubt will help. I would have thought you stay together as a unit, as opposed to bands who...
Do you mean the family or the band?
Hopefully both.
Yeah.
But you know...
Anyway, so I did, but, you know...
You don't all live together like the Beatles in Help, though, do you?
A lot of the time.
But that would be great. I've always wanted a band to do that. You could do it, can't you? You've sold enough albums. Buy 4 houses in a row, knock down the interviewing walls. Come on.
We've all... It's funny because we...
3 of us live within about a mile of each other.
Yeah, but I'm not talking a mile, Johnny. Ideally, I want you all to be up for breakfast, and I'd like to see you start wearing a uniform like the Beatles jacket. Wasn't that a great film?
Yeah. Incredible.
Well, you can.
Well, you know, you'll notice we're pretty similarly dressed. If John shows you his shoes.
Well, Johnny's wearing, shall we describe, because obviously it's radio, white trainers, not box fresh, okay? Actually, not any kind of fresh, and I'm sitting close to be able to tell you. A black shirt, black trousers, and what appears to be some sort of a casual herringbone tweedy jacket. All right? Chris is wearing a very similar look, slightly fresher looking sneakers, and what appears to be a straight jacket in black. Is this just because you're carrying the heavier load?
I just got let out today.
It's a very smart jacket.
Well, Guy's got the same one.
Oh, so as a band, you're almost got...
You just want Guy to be here, don't you?
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
We're very upset when that guy wasn't coming in.
Good looking.
I'm sorry. So we tried our best, but...
Does Guy sell more T-shirts than the rest of you, do you think?
I think he sells more anything.
But Guy, is he a straight man?
Yeah.
Good, okay.
I think so.
You paused.
Because there's so many good-looking guys out there. I'd like the heteros to have a few to choose from. We're getting into terrible trouble here. Let's play some lovely music.
Yeah, it's another track from the album.
We can all calm down.
Can we describe what you're wearing?
Please do.
Can you show me your shoes? Holy moly.
Look at that.
I would regard them as standard issue high school shoes.
You have to alert the local police when you wear shoes as sharp as yourself.
You're wearing a suit which I would describe as like a blue billiard table.
Yeah, it's slightly bazy, and the tie, you might enjoy, was given to me by a top celebrity.
Who?
Really?
Mickey Rourke.
Wow.
Yeah, he gave it a time. Well, I say gave it. He left it in his dressing room. I figure that's the same thing. What track? This is another track
dressing room on your
This is another
TV
track
show.
from the album.
Yeah.
Did we get a dressing room?
You get a dressing room, but you have to leave a tie behind.
Okay.
That's a message by Coldplay, who are probably, I would have thought, certainly one of the, if not the biggest band in the UK at the moment.
Do you think so?
Yeah, I think so, no doubt about it. I mean, you're huge in America. You're hugely popular over here. Your albums...
Well, we're kind of big in America.
We mean kind of big. You're huge.
Well,
what was that fact you gave me earlier,
The
Andy?
fact that that Speed of Sound went in the number 8 in the Billboard Top 10.
Straight in at number 8.
The last one was the Beatles in '68, last British band to do it. So that's,
Well, we're doing
that's
all right,
quite amazing.
We still, there's still a lot of people who really hate us. It's
still
sad.
getting
Everything is going great in America for us, except for the fact that we love Rolling Stone and they don't like us.
Sure, but you're
it's
big,
unrequited.
You're a big band over here, but you're no Crazy Frog. Let's be honest. That's true.
Listen,
And that's what
you
the
know
kids-
Crazy.
I really like the Crazy Frog. I'm sorry for you at the moment, because to be held off the top spot by the Crazy Frog is a terrible thing. It's
Well,
rather
we
like
got
when-
bumped off your show last week, so you could come on.
How's it go? Shall we all do the Crazy Frog? Ba-ding dong ding da ding dong dong ding dong. There you see. Now, if you two teamed up.
I can't remember how it goes.
It's Axel F as well, isn't he? Got the Axel F song.
Can you play that on the piano?
Ba-ding dong da ding dong dong dong. It's not remotely irritating.
It's funny because I actually bought it when everyone said, "Oh, you're going to be number 2." So I said, "Okay, well let's buy it," and I really enjoyed it.
It's a good song.
Yeah,
It's a good- I like it.
How can you say it's a good
My
song?
wife threatened to leave me because I like it so much. Hey, do you like that Akon single? That's good as well.
Which is the Akon
Go on.
single? Oh, yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, I think we're entering a golden age of popular music.
you sounded like you were doing something with Listerine.
I've got the jowls for it now as well. I can work
Don't put
them.
yourself down.
Thank you. You keep putting yourselves down, though.
Well, it's because other people do it as well.
Why is that? No, you've got to get out of this mindset.
Okay, we'll get out of it.
Yeah,
We're
otherwise
brilliant.
you're going around like gloomy Gus all the time.
We're not gloomy at all. We've been having a great time.
Yeah, but you feel, it strikes me that there are times of great introspection when you probably sit at home thinking, no one likes me.
Well, Jonathan, it's hard when when everyone loves an animated frog more than you. You've got to. Times are hard.
You don't love him more than you, we just love him in a different way. there are times when certain music is suitable.
We're in a great mood. It's quite early, isn't it?
It's fairly early. Let me ask you about what music you actually listen to now, because I've read some of the interviews you've done at the moment, preempting the album coming out, and I'm kind of struck by your honesty in terms of you talk about bands that influence you, and bands where you said, I've lifted this kind of chord or this sequence, we took a bit of Kraftwerk there, we took a bit of U2 there. You seem very open about that, and I didn't know whether bands were always happy to be that honest. Is this a new trend?
But
or
our
something?
kleptomania.
Yeah, basically. Because I know Oasis, let's face it, have stolen almost every riff they've ever used. And now
But they're great.
Everybody has.
They're a
though,
great band, and he owns up now, yeah.
No one comes up with anything entirely original, I don't think.
Do you have a little store in your mind, Johnny, of riffs and things you think, I might want to use that someday?
Yeah, of course.
What's next, do you reckon? Apart from the Crazy Frog. The Lonely Frog.
Is there anything that you don't sort of take from Bernard Manning?
Hey, now listen, I was out the other day with the wife. What are you talking about?
But what I'm saying is you're influenced by the comedians or
there's
chat show
nothing wrong
hosts
with
or-
being influenced, but often people don't choose to be honest about it. You know, they say, "Yeah, I've come up with this," and there are some bands where it's much harder to see the influences than others.
Right.
For example, at the moment there are a lot of Coldplay lights out there.
I wouldn't say light, I'd say heavy.
Okay, a lot of Coldplay
Heavies.
wannabe type bands who sound quite a lot like you. And
Well,
that's not
but we sound a
necessarily
lot like I'm starting to sound like Sinner Black.
a lot of laughs. But let me talk about the music you listen to now then, because presumably that's where you'll be going in the future, is it?
Well, maybe.
Who knows? Yeah.
Yeah. So you like listening to whom?
There's a band called the Arcade Fire. We've been listening to lots.
Crazy's first album,
Yeah.
where he wasn't so froggy.
Yeah. He wasn't out then, was he?
He wasn't. Yeah, he wasn't. It was a bit more indie.
He was
a bit-
still in the lily pad.
Yeah, he
It was kind of lily paddish.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see if
Very
we're still talking about
introspective.
him when his third album comes out, shall we?
Yeah, the Arcade Fire, Sigur Rós, like you mentioned.
Sigur Rós, I love Sigur Rós.
No
They're an
relation.
Icelandic band, aren't they? of
Yeah,
course?
they're Icelandic.
But Arcade Fire, I haven't heard their music, but I know David Bowie's championing them as well at the moment. Are they kind of...
Well,
what is
David
it?
Bowie champions everything great. He's a great champion. Does that make sense?
You're championing the champion.
Yeah. He's like the champion's champion.
Oh, yeah, he is. Well, he is a great man, of course. You know, he had a heart attack this year?
I know, it's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know how to think about people like that having heart attacks.
Well, that's because it's hard to deal with.
And because he looks about 25.
He looks great, he seems very fit, but couldn't we have someone who's perhaps less talented having a heart attack? You know? Don't you think, like Big Brother, we should be able to elect the people who have a heart attack, you know? And, like, nominate them and say,
Right.
no, he's fine, he's still doing stuff we're keen on. That one's gone off the boil, hasn't it? Give him a cornery.
So you're trying to play God, basically. What you'd like to say is that a radio show and a TV show is not enough. You'd like to be God.
Not just playing God. Ideally,
You'd like to be
I
God.
would like Godhead to be, given to me. Anyway, let's
When you
play.
meet, I heard a great joke, and you could apply it to you, is that what did Jonathan Ross say when he met God? You're in my chair.
You see,
I think that's a great joke.
Yeah, I don't see why it's funny.
Yeah.
What's he doing in my chair?
apologise.
What's he doing in my chair?
I
Also,
apologise.
sexist.
Is it?
Is it?
Right.
She,
Well, you're
what-
What's
assuming.
he doing in my sexist?
Right.
Forgive me. See, we're a bunch of
You
bastards.
see, you're just old school, you see. It's like having Motley Crue here with us.
We take a lot from Bernard Manning.
Yeah, when they came in, then, already outside, the hookers are getting bored and waiting.
Yeah.
They came in, the dealers waiting outside. Do you ever feel the pressure to live up to any rock and roll archetypes?
Absolutely, but we just keep it very quiet.
Ever thrown a TV out of a window?
The best thing to do is take a hooker into a library. No one will ever find you. And that's how we've got away undiscovered for 5 years.
And you can have fun and broaden her mind at the same time.
Exactly.
And I'm assuming it's a she, maybe not.
No.
Sexist of
Sexist
me.
again.
All right, so we're going to play. We're going to.
We got some Arcade Fire.
I can't wait to hear it.
Yeah, you're going to like this a lot.
I can't wait. That was Arcade Fire.
See?
Yeah, I see. You know what I want to do? I want to listen to it again.
Okay.
And really soak it up.
Okay.
I think I liked it, but when you're not immediately sure first time.
You are sure. You're just playing devil.
Oh,
no,
I-
you're playing God. You're playing God. Okay.
I'm just being tricksy with you. Let's talk about Live 8. Let's talk about the big Live 8
Yeah.
date that's coming up, because it's obviously a huge event. It's going to be one of those things which most people who have access to modern media over the world will be aware of, and indeed perhaps participating in passively by enjoying it. You're going to be playing at Live 8, of course, here in London, in Hyde Park.
Yeah.
Do you know how many songs you'll be doing yet?
3.
And do you know where in the lineup you figure? I mean, is there a kind of a sort of list already of who's playing when?
I think we're number 2.
Right, number 2, and that's after who? Is that before?
I
You
mean,
mean
it's after? I mean, it's basically, if you want to have a hard act to follow, I think it's Paul McCartney and U2.
I wouldn't? To be honest, I wouldn't bother turning up if I were you.
They're bringing us on to sort of help the tea
Yeah.
vendors out.
Because people will be relaxing then and talking on the phone. Mo was going, come get Crazy Frog. Listen, I just saw Mac out with.
Well,
and then
Crazy's
you'll
on after us.
Yeah.
He's playing one song.
Yeah, one song, yeah.
He's only got the one song.
No, he hasn't. He's got more. But well, I mean, we're super. I mean, we're super excited about it.
Yeah.
To coin a phrase. Is that a phrase? I don't know. Can you coin it?
It is now.
I've coined it.
Now, already I've seen there have been people writing in the papers, they're already talking about it, and you kind of get this inevitably by any big event which has a purpose outside of just being entertainment. People saying, who are these people to be saying we should end the debt? Why are rock stars getting on this particular
Wow.
bandwagon? Should we not wait for the African nations to get their house in order before we deal with this? And they're all kind of pretty heavy statements being made, and there's some truth in many of them, of course.
Actually, there's no truth in any of them.
Okay, I take
it's
that back.
To me, cynicism directed at pop stars or actors or, TV presenters or radio presenters or whatever is kind of pointless, because we all live here too. And if we didn't talk about, politics, we'd just be ignoring stuff that affects us. I think everyone who works in bakeries, talks about it as well. It's just that no one...
They don't have the platform back.
They don't have a platform. And also, I feel like a lot of people who are doing the really bad stuff in the world, no one really knows who they are. So it's easier to just have a go at Bob Geldof or Coldplay or, and really I think it's fair enough with us because maybe we're a little rubbish, but, you can't really have a go at Bob Geldof, I mean, he's beyond...
I'll be honest with you, I think I'd rather be stuck in a lift with one of your albums than the last Boomtown Rats, and that's just me. All right?
Right, are you saying we're lift music?
There's an easy listening side. I think sometimes when in shops you think, that's nice, I'll buy something. What am I listening to?
Yeah.
Must buy shoes.
We actually have the record for making people stay in lifts the longest.
But I like lift music. I
Yeah,
like
so
a bit
do
of easy listening. There's nothing wrong with lounge.
But don't you agree, though, in all seriousness, I mean, you can direct cynicism at us because our music's bad or whatever, but you can't, to me, say that it's, why are bands getting involved? It's because, we live here too,
Yeah.
so we're all on the same planet.
I guess what people are doing is saying there's more to it than just saying let's end this now. I think what they perhaps, and I'm only, I'm trying to fathom them because I don't really see the point of it either. But I guess they're saying that things aren't quite as simplistic as they appear. And so to say let's end the debt might seem like a very straightforward, because no one wants people to be in poverty, no one in their right mind.
Well, I'm not so sure, actually. I think a lot of people don't really care.
Well, you see, this is terrible. And possibly true.
It is true, I'm telling you, we've seen it.
Well, now we're just depressed.
I'm not depressed because the thing is, don't you think it's great that people even care enough to say, why don't we try and end it?
Yeah, that is great.
And
it
then
is always
leave
something.
the the fiddly bits to people who really
Who know.
know what they're doing.
Are you? Now you both live here in the UK still. You're both residents here. You haven't.
Yeah.
We're residents, yeah.
Did you vote in the last election?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting because I grew up in Devon. Well, it's not that interesting for you guys, but for me it is because
I
it's
bet
an
it's lovely
amazing
there.
place.
Yeah.
But the head of the Monster Raving Loony Party used to live there, and he used to live in a place called Sidmouth.
Yeah.
And he used to know his house because he'd drive past it and it was in a normal row of terraced houses, and then there'd be one with a yellow pavement and a Union Jack on the wall. But then that was Screaming Lord Sutch, and he died.
I miss
so-
Lord Sutch. I missed him so
Yeah.
much. It was, but I love seeing the fact that we still do have raving Monster Loony Party people trying to get elected.
Right.
Now you have an American wife. Are you married to anyone? Do you have a foreign partner?
No.
Or you? Okay. What does she make of people like the raving Monster Loony Party? Because I think that shows us in a very good light. To be honest with you.
Well, like I said, politics, whether it's with Gwyneth Paltrow or with, Terry Nutkins, it concerns,
Good name for an MP.
Especially
it concerns
for the
everybody, so...
Yeah.
I can't speak for her, but I'm
does-
sure she cares about it just as much.
No, but I
as
don't
we
mean
do.
that. I mean, what does she think of things like the raving Monster Loony Party? The kind of like the
Well,
British
there's some crazy people in America too.
Yeah, but they're more worrying because they have weapons.
and power.
Yeah.
But they think Crazy Frog is Jacques Chirac. But
Racist,
I didn't say it.
sexist, and racist.
Wait, hold on a minute. Let me do a disclaimer because I didn't say it. I said they think that.
I didn't see anyone else's lips moving. He's using the old "someone else said it" line.
Bernard Banning.
Hiding behind that.
I think we should leave.
Yeah, well, no, don't leave. We're going to play another track. Now, this is the first track of the album.
The
isn't
album,
it?
you mentioned it because you said it sounded a bit U2-ish.
I liked it because it's got a good U2 riff at the beginning. It's very much a Coldplay song. I'm not implying otherwise, but certainly it's got a
You
great
can imply
sound to it.
otherwise.
Yeah, no, but it's not. And this is called what?
Square One.
Yeah, I can't remember the titles. That sounds lovely. Coldplay back on very top form. Not that they slipped at all. And that's the new album X. Is it X, Y, and Z or just X and Y?
Why don't you just say something nasty, then we'll feel like we've got to...
Well, no, we've been doing that all morning before you came in. X and Y. You know there was an odd movie called X, Y, and Z starring Michael Caine and Elizabeth Taylor many years ago?
No.
No.
Oh, I thought maybe that's what inspired the title.
We weren't around many years ago.
Oh, I am feeling old. X and Y, is that to do with chromosomes? Is that what the title refers to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there another
And,
chromosome? There's another chromosome which is where you get mutants, isn't it? Like the X-Men.
Is there?
Yeah. Isn't there?
No.
No.
Well, that would be it.
For a second, Johnny believed me. That's what I like about young men. You see, it's credulity or credulity.
I did not believe.
You did believe me. For a minute, you thought the X-Men might come in. You like superheroes?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Do you read comic books?
No.
Am I right in thinking Batman is the only superhero who isn't like a mutant?
No, you're wrong.
Oh, you're on a difficult territory here, He'll
Yeah,
tell
I'm
you
not on a
something.
difficult territory at all, my friend.
No, but you know it.
Yes, I do know it.
There'll be a long list now that'll go on
He's
for
not a
ages.
mutant. He is only has
He's a
his own
human.
powers. He's a human being who's just
He's just
He's got a
worked
good
out.
belt.
like myself, from the very peak of physical perfection, and he's on a mission.
And who else was there?
There are a number of others. For
Who?
example, Catwoman.
Oh,
Catwoman's
She
a
has
real
no
woman.
powers. Batgirl has no powers. Well, she's not a real
They're all
woman.
in the Batman franchise,
Yeah,
aren't
there
they?
are some other ones. There's some mainly.
Outside of the Batman franchise.
Oh, look, give me 5 minutes. I can think of a few.
The Incredible Hulk, there's definitely something
He
going
has
on.
power. That's
Yeah,
gamma
he-
radiation that caused Bruce Banner to turn into
Spider-Man
Hulk.
got
Spider-Man was
bitten.
bitten by a radioactive spider.
Yeah.
Mr. Sheen.
Mr. Sheen. Well, Charlie
Muscle.
Sheen or Martin?
Mr. Sheen actually was sprayed
Polishing.
with some polish once.
He was, yeah. And he can slip
Radioactive
across the
polish.
ground.
and Coco from Cocoa Pops.
You know, I can't help but thinking that we're coming to the end of the conversation. No disrespect.
Hey, you've cheered us up no end.
Good, well,
we
you
were in a
obviously-
slightly bad mood when we come in.
Why were you in a bad mood?
Well, I tell you why, because I told you. I don't need to tell you
Okay,
again.
you don't need to tell me again. Okay, that's right.
We haven't
now we're in a
mentioned
great mood.
Sherborne School.
All right, Andy wanted to share something with you.
I went-
'cause
What
do you want to share?
You went
I
to a school called Sherborne, is this
Yeah.
right?
Andy, what do you want to share?
I went on a table tennis tournament at Sherborne School.
Table tennis? Really?
Got through the second round. First round was a
I mean,
bye.
got through to the second
Well,
round.
the first round was a bye. The bloke didn't turn up.
Right.
And I got beat in the second round. I just wanted to share it
So
with
really,
you.
you didn't win at all then?
No,
So
but
the
I,
first-
you know,
so you were
I was a
basically
Dorset
fodder.
boy sent
You're
to
from
Sherborne.
Dorset?
Yeah.
So you're West Country?
Yeah.
Good boy.
Thank you.
We'll leave
I'm
you
quite-
two to
I'm
talk
quite
about
West Country.
sheep farming, shall we?
Hey, come on, man.
Oh,
We'll leave you two to talk about Pantene Pro V.
and
Whatever
hair
you
gel.
use.
How lovely to have you both here. Thank you for coming.
Has it been
Congratulations.
lovely?
Yeah, it has been
You
lovely,
always say
actually.
that.
Well, I do always say it, but normally I mean it. Good luck with the album. You won't need it, of course. And have you started working on the fourth one yet?
No.
That's it for us.
Well, you're going to get a move on. Because otherwise it's going to drag on, and then you're going to be worried about the reaction.
All right, we'll see you next week.
Yeah. Knock one out, and it can't take long. Knock one out in a month.
All right, then.
Seriously,
I'm
what's
gonna
wrong
go
with
to the
that?
piano right
Knock
now.
one, yeah. How hard can it be to write a song? I'll start you off. Ding 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 ding. I'm so sad. I come from Devon. Coldplay have left the building. Thanks to all my
a lot.
guests today. Thank you for listening. 88 to 91 FM. This is Radio 2 from the BBC.